Okay, that was kind of weird. Why did it cut me off about an hour into it? I have no idea. I don't know. Is it maximum an hour I can do now, or what's going on? I don't know if it has to do with my phone's memory storage or capacity, or I don't know. Don't know what it is. It's a bit annoying. Anyways. Oh. Doesn't seem to be an issue now. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I have no idea. Sometimes. And what is actually happening? I don't know. A bit more blue here. Hello. I'm not as talkative on this stream as I was last time, so you're gonna have to forgive me for my silence. I guess I'm just concentrated. I'm just concentrating on painting. Okay, so I'm gonna take some more Prussian blue. add it a bit here. And take some more and add it here. Hello. Okay, I'm gonna try to blow dry this and see what it does to the colors. So I'm muting myself again. Okay. I'm gonna see what it looks like on camera. It's not too bad. See how close I can bring in. Yeah, that's the zoom in. That's what it looks like up close. Yeah, cool. I have so far, I think I have succeeded in capturing the feeling I was after, the feeling I tried to portray. So, okay, so on to the next step. I don't know if it's on to the next step, but moving forward. Moving forward. Okay. And do. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Faiza. Yeah, yeah. It's now after like 4 hours in or 5 hours, something like that. I think it's past the ugly stage, as I like to call it. It's usually when you pass it's around the 30-40% mark of completion. That's usually where it comes into the ugly stage, as I call it, where it doesn't look, yeah, it just looks weird. But now it's starting to actually shape up, as I said. It's starting to get some character. Have to use some deeper colors for those deeper shades. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of had to erase and redraw and correct the faces a couple of times because I just wasn't happy with the outcome. So it's been it's been quite some work, but I think it's starting to look to my liking finally. And okay, yeah, I'm gonna need to add some red here, a bit more red here, because otherwise it's just too purple. Let's see, test it. Yep, maybe that could work. Let's give it a go and see what happens. A bit too red, but it's okay. Yeah, something like that. Just a tad, just a little hint. It only has to be a hint. Sometimes just subtle little changes like that make a big difference. You don't have to exaggerate, but just adding a little bit of a different color, something like that. And if the corner of her eye, I think also needs a bit of red. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Not like that. A little more shading under her hair. That's the watercolor process, really. It's building up the layers slowly but surely. It's kind of a laborious, painstaking, time-consuming work, but it's very satisfying as well. So it's always building layer on top of layer. First you have to do very basic, very light, and you just have to keep on building darker and more intense colors on top of that. So they always kind of look dull at first. But they look better over time. I'm thinking I should add a little bit of red here as well. Just to give her face a little bit more life. So it doesn't look so pale. I think that's better. Maybe a little more. Just a little more. It's a lot of adding and removing. Adding and removing. Adding and removing. I think that's starting to look pretty good. Yeah. Maybe add some more shading here. Just a little bit. Around the cheekbone. I don't know about that. Some more. Okay. Okie dokie. Maybe a little bit darker under the hair. Just a bit. Okay. I have no idea what my neighbors are doing, but I don't know, maybe assembling IKEA furniture. maybe a bit more. Yeah, I kind of had a hard time determining the light source, whether the light is coming from above or from the side, and I determined that it's coming from like something like this. So all the shadows will be on this side here. Oh, it's not always easy. I'm not sure what you mean, Faisa. Or maybe that was a mistake, that comment. I don't know. Okay, so maybe add some more green to her eyes, but I'm gonna need a smaller brush for that. A tiny brush. This one. This is perfect. So using this tiny brush, I'm gonna take some of this green paint that I've mixed. I do this with all of my paints. I just mix them like this, and I have so many of these palettes that are full of pre-mixed paints that I don't know, I've already forgotten. I have like a whole drawer full of palettes like this. I might eventually need to wash them probably. But I find that it's useful to have all of my paints ready because it saves a lot of time. Just gonna have to intensify her iris a little bit. And yeah, like that. Now it actually looks like she's really actually looking at him. I didn't really like the way her iris was positioned before, but now it's a lot better. And adding more intense green to her eye. Like that. Maybe might be a bit too dark, but it's okay because I'm gonna lift some of that color later. It's always better to put down some extra and lift it later than to make it too light. I don't know if I like this transition here. See if I can lighten it. What is happening? Oh, okay, sorry. I'm gonna try to read the comments. Oh, okay, it was Hannah. Okay. I asked what is your favorite art to make. Not sure if you answered. Like, is watercoloring? Well, yeah, watercolor is definitely my favorite. Absolutely. Yeah, by far. Watercolors and colored pencils. But watercolors is my favorite because it's a lot faster than colored pencils. But both of them, I love them both. And oil also. I don't paint as much. I don't really paint oil, but I want to learn someday. What is happening in this scene? Why does she look so anxious? Well, it's an illustration for a story, and what's happening in the scene is basically they are being chased, and she looks so anxious because they're trying to abduct her, they're trying to take her away, and he's protecting her, essentially. That's what's happening in the scene, and there is no scene like this in the story where the flowers are all, flying around. There's nothing like that, but I added the flowers for symbolism, and it took a while to find a composition that I liked. I sketched out a lot of different variations until I settled on this one, and I really like the flowers, and it's also inspired by an artist that I really like, and he also uses lots of drama in his paintings, and flowers and birds and butterflies, and he's got all kinds of crazy things happening, lots of natural elements in his paintings, and I'm inspired by that. So I wanted to make something that's a bit similar to that vibe. So this is kind of new for me. And yeah, that's why she looks anxious, basically. She's being chased down, and the story is about that she is, how do you say it, like she's being experimented on against her will, and she escaped from a lab, and he is sort of protecting her from being taken back to that lab against her will. And he has a history of being tormented by the same people who are now tormenting her. He's also been subjected to really inhumane experiments, and because of those experiments he has superpowers. He can turn into a monster. Of course he can. I mean, how cool is that? I love superheroes. I'm sorry. I love superheroes. I love capes, especially men with long hair and capes. Oh my god. That's the coolest thing ever. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I was gonna lighten up her iris a little bit here. Just a little bit. Little bit. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's perfect. That's awesome. Yeah, it's kind of sweet in a non-realistic way. Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's realistic that people can like turn into monsters and stuff. I think that's kind of very Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's very Avengers, I think. Which superhero is it that can? It's not the Hulk. I'm thinking about which one was it that was? I think it was Deadpool who was experimented on, and then he gained these superpowers that he's basically indestructible or something. I love him, by the way. He's definitely my favorite Marvel superhero. Okay. I'm gonna try to darken her hair as well. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. I usually leave the details until the end, but I'm just so eager to start adding the details. That's my favorite part. Cool. Those movies are hilarious. Do you mean Deadpool? Yeah. Oh, you watch them against your will? Yeah. Yeah, Deadpool is hilarious. Yeah, I really appreciate the dark humor. I don't know, it's just yeah, it's really funny. I've only seen the first movie though. I don't think I don't know how many there are. I think there's like isn't there a sequel? I don't know. Honestly, I don't keep I don't keep count of all the Avengers movies and whatever however many superhero movies there are. Uh, I haven't I have no idea. I've seen a couple of them, but I don't know. Who's your favorite superhero? Like, if you have one. I don't know if you do, but I think there are 2 or 3. We should have movie night and watch one of them. Oh, okay. I had no idea. Yeah, that would be great. Get together for movie night. Watch some, yeah. I have no idea how many there are. But yeah, definitely on board for movie night. I'll bring the popcorn. Oh yeah, I agree. A lot has been happening with superhero movies and video game movies over the past like 10 or 15 years, because I remember in the 90s they used to be awful. Whenever especially a superhero movie was made, a comic book movie, they were really bad. They were some of the worst, and I don't know what happened, but I think it started with maybe Spider-Man or Iron Man, one of those. Uh, they really, I think they restarted, or like what do you call it? They gave the whole comic book movie genre a new beginning. And ever since then, it's just kind of took off. And now there's like a billion different comic book movies, and I don't know. I just completely lost count, and I have no idea what's going on in pop culture in general. I don't know. I'm pretty out of touch with that. It's for better or worse, I guess. I don't know. I thought of one of my favorite characters. He's so out of touch with the popular culture that someone talks about Star Wars in front of him, and he asks them, "Is Star Wars the one with the little wizard boy?" And everyone just looks at him like, "Okay, what planet are you from?" That's how I feel sometimes. I'm like that. Yeah, finally starting to look like something. And yeah, this brush is maybe too small for this, but the thing is that all of these surfaces are so tiny that I kind of have to use a small brush. Takes forever. I'm not running anywhere, so I'm not rushing. I've got all the time in the world.